we would require that you assist us in retrieving this list. We will facilitate access to the office. Apart from these tractors, did you receive any other vehicles, trucks, cars, pickups, during the period you were there?
I didn't, ma.
You did not?
I did not.
You did not receive vehicles for distribution to any of your residents?
I did not.
Or SAFOL or officers?
I did not, ma.
Do you know anything about the Mahindra tractors, Indian tractors? Mahindra tractors?
No, I don't, ma.
All right, Mr. Sisi, we would require that you submit an account of the 100,000 or the enterprise, how you sold the bulls. Yeah, if you have. If you have, the commissioners may want to ask you a question.
You may leave. Thank you.
Thank you.
You read after me.
Okay.
I swear by the Almighty Allah
I swear by the Almighty Allah
that the evidence I shall give to this commission
that the evidence that I shall give to this commission
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
and
nothing
nothing
but the truth.
but the truth.
So help me Allah.
So help me Allah.
Thank you. You can wait for further instructions.
Okay.
Could you kindly give your full name to the commission?
My name is Aminata Sifai Haidara.
Where do you live?
I live in Brikama, Combo Central, West Coast region.
What work are you doing at the moment?
Pardon me?
What work are you doing at the moment?
At the moment, no, I'm not doing anything.
You were governor?
Yes, I was.
Which region?
West Coast region.
Would you like to sit down?
Thank
Mrs.
you, madam.
Haidara? How long were you governor of West Coast region?
From May 2014 to February 2017.
Before that, where did you serve in the public service?
Yes, I did. First as a community development assistant.
In which department?
Department of Community Development. From 1981. I rose through the ranks to become a senior community development assistant, responsible for the Kanifing Urban District Council up to 1996, when I was appointed in the Kanifing Municipal Council as their first public relations officer. There also I rose through the ranks until my appointment as the governor. I was the senior administrative manager there.
At the Kanifing Municipal Council?
Yes, ma'am.
Haidara, in July 2014, you received 600,000 from the Carnegie Mining account at the Central Bank.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about this payment? Where did you receive 600,000 from the Carnegie Mining account?
We were given the money to use it to buy bulls and sell it to the poor people at an affordable cost. But at the time of receiving the money, we were asked to return 500,000 back to the account. And realizing that the tariff given to us to sell the meat, that is $60 for meat and bone, and steak at $75, we realized that we were going to run at a loss. So all of us agreed that we would return the 500,000 asked by us to, for the account. So immediately we did that. We were left with 100,000, and I delegated one of the business ladies in West Coast region to sell meat on my behalf, which she did, but at the end of the day, she lost, and I think at the end, she gave me about $10,000 balance, which I returned back to her. I gave her $5,000, and the other $5,000, there was a youth program at the time. The regional youth were organizing a program in Buyam. I also gave the balance of $5,000 to them, $5,000. So in effect, the business was run at a loss, but I have my receipt that I paid at the account with the central bank.
All right, let's see your receipt. When you say we agreed,
Pardon me?
When you said we agreed that we would immediately return 500,000, who is this we you are talking about?
I mean the other governors, because this amount was given to me and my colleagues. Each received 600,000. But at the time of discussing with the former president, he asked us to, at the end of the day, to return $500,000.
So it was the former president who said you should return 500,000?
Honestly, yes.
Can you tell us the circumstances under which the president said you should sell meat?
I think we were having a meeting at the State House during the distribution of the Ramadan sugar. You know, usually Banjul and KMC were given meat to sell. So that was the time, I think one of us, I cannot remember vividly, requested for the regions also to be given the opportunity so that meat can be affordable to the, residents. So he said he cannot give us the meat, but he will give us money to go and do the business. But realizing that when we do it according to the tariff given to us, we are going to run at a loss. That was why we agreed amongst ourselves to return the 500,000 instantly so that we don't have to encounter any problem along the line.
So the idea came from the governors?
Yeah, all of us.
All right. That makes more sense. Mrs. Haidara.
That's the original and the...
Let's have the receipt.
The original receipt. That's the photocopied one.
You didn't quite immediately return the money, though. The money was given to you on the 8th of July, and you returned it on the 6th of August, 1 month later.
Yeah, but we did not use it.
You did not use it?
Yeah, I cannot remember the actual date the money was given.
I just want to give you the opportunity of correcting your evidence if you wanted. At the time this request was made, you said you couldn't remember who actually made the request to the former president. By that you're implying that it wasn't you, it was someone else.
Pardon me?
It wasn't you who made the
request.
No,
I couldn't have done the business myself. I gave it to I gave the money to one of the...
I mean, who made the request of the president that he should give you meat to sell to your...
No, like I said, I cannot vividly, because that was the year I was appointed. But one of us, I think, made the request, knowing fully well that KMC and Carnifing were benefiting from the gesture. You know, during Ramadan, they were given meat and people could afford it, at an affordable cost. That was why we also at the regional level made the same request. We thought we were going to be given meat, but instead money was given to us.
At the time the request was made, even though you had only been serving as governor for a couple of months, you had been...
It was only 1 month during the Ramadan period.
you said you were appointed in May, and you were paid this money in July. So that's 2 months, I believe. But anyway, it doesn't really, it's not really important for the question.
Yeah.
You had been governor for a very short period, but you had been in the public service.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you think this was part of your duty as governor of your region to be
do what?
To be selling meat? To be
No, I was not selling it. I delegated somebody to do it. I was not doing it as a person. But when the money was given to me, I gave it to another lady, a business lady, because I couldn't have done it along with my other responsibilities.
But you saw it as part of your duties to
I was delegated by a superior officer. I couldn't have said no.
You were not quite delegated, you asked for it. My question is, do you think it's part of your responsibility as regional governor?
Yes, I thought.
To be involved in whoever is doing it.
Yeah.
The money was given to you for it to be done.
Because it was going to benefit my people. So I said, there's something bad in it. Because it was during Ramadan. My people were going to benefit from it. At the time, meat was selling at the market rate of $150. So if they can have it for $60, $75, that was in a way helping my people.
But as it turned out, you only spent 100,000, you said?
Yes, at a loss.
Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have the pay-in slip, cash, into the Kanaji mining account by Madam Aminata Sifai Haidara of 500,000.
Ma'am, I have my duplicate there too.
Sorry, what did you say?
I have my duplicate copy there.
You have your duplicate copy?
And the original.
Could she have the duplicate back? Thank you.
Thank you.
Pay-in slip dated 6 August 2014 into Carnegie mining account number 110100002647 in the sum of $500,000 is paid by Aminata Sifai Haidara, Governor, West Coast Region, admitted mark MS-48.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mrs. Haidara, are you familiar with the Local Government Act?
To some extent.
To some extent only. You were governor for how many years? 2 years?
Yes.
Is there anything in the Local Government Act which provides for governors being involved in enterprises like the one you have described?
No, it is not there.
Yet you said you would do it because or you did it because it would help your people.
Yeah, and I thought I was delegated by a superior, officer above me. So, and we were given it on a common ground. So that was why I accepted, and knowing fully well that, like I said, my people were going to benefit from it. I think I want to believe that was the main idea behind it, because we requested for it. I cannot remember saying it because I was new at the time, but one of us made the request, knowing Banjul and KMC were benefiting during the Ramadan. That was the main reason. It was because of the Ramadan that one of us requested for it.
I see. Banjul and KMC were benefiting from what?
From the
exactly?
supply of meat from from the former president.
The former president
Yes.
was supplying the meat.
Yeah, to them, and people were selling it at affordable, price to the public. So I guess that was the reason one of us made a request so that the regions also can benefit from the same gesture.
Who is this person that you gave the responsibility to?
To do
Can you repeat the name? To sell the meat? You said you gave the responsibility to someone else.
We were just informally standing with the president, like I said.
No. The person whom you delegated the responsibility.
Oh, one Khalifa Al-Bojang.
Khalifa Bojang.
Khalifa Al-Bojang. Khalifa Al-Bojang.
Does she work in your office?
No, she's a business lady. Because we were given the responsibility and I couldn't have done it myself, I gave it to a trusted person to do it because I know it was a difficult task, knowing that, we were going to run at a loss in a way. But giving it to that lady I trusted, I wanted, to get at least the maximum benefit from it. So she was buying and then giving me information, but at the latter part, they were left with, before the quality, they were left with almost 10,000. Knowing she left her, other activities to be involved, then I took a personal decision to give her that $5,000, and the other $5,000 I told you was given to a youth group.
Mrs. Haidara, did you understand this money to be, that was given to you, was being given to you in your personal capacity or in your capacity as regional governor?
Certainly not personal. I think it was given to me in my capacity as the governor.
Did you account for this money in your office? Your governor of a region is a very serious position.
Yes.
Did you take the money to your office, hand it over to your accounts department so that they could account for the money?
No, I did not do that, but I called my chief.
Why did you give it to a private person instead of taking it back to your office and making sure that it was properly accounted for and handled by your office?
I thought I was being requested to do the business, knowing fully well that I, as the governor, I cannot be running the office, doing other duties and then selling meat to the people. That was why. And I know if anything happens to the money, I was going to be fully responsible. But when we were given the money, I called all the chiefs to inform them that this is what is requested of us, and I wanted them to help me also by talking to their people so that they can help us with cattle to come and sell it. Because if we buy the cattle at an expensive cost, then we will not have even realized what we did. But unfortunately, they did not. But the lady's husband have some relationship with cattle dealers, and she was also into business. That was why I, asked him to help me to sell meat to the public during the period of that Ramadan month only.
I hear what you're saying. My concern is that being a regional governor, as you said, you're busy, but you have an administrative structure. You have an accounts department. You have officers working in your office. That's why I couldn't quite understand why the money had to given to you in your capacity as governor.
Yeah, I
had
thought
to be given to a private person, but never mind.
Yeah, but I thought the money came directly to me. Usually the overhead costs for the running of the office is paid directly into our office account, which I and my accountant as a signatory, but this one did not come through that channel.
I see.
Yeah.
That's why I asked whether
That's why I did not put in that money into that particular account.
I see.
Yes.
Mrs. Haidara, whilst you were governor of your region, did you have cause to distribute tractors and other vehicles that were given to you either by the ex-president or the office of the president or by any source in the government?
I think the first tractors that came were not during my time, the Mahindra ones.
Okay.
Later in my time, I think 2015, the green ones came, which I, left in the office. I, handed them over to the successor, Mr. Mbalo, and the amount accrued from that. So it depends on which one you are asking about, because there were two sets of tractors. The first one did not come in my presence during my time, but the second one, 4, came in my time, and I handed them over to my successor with some revenue accrued from them.
4 came and they were, 4 were allocated to your office? 4.
Yes, they are there still now.
Are they called John Deere?
Pardon me?
John Deere tractors?
I cannot remember the names.
You cannot remember.
The green, they are colored green.
Green.
The first one were colored in red, but that did not come in my presence during my time.
Okay. Now, when you allocated these tractors, these 4 tractors, what was the purpose of the allocation?
I think it was meant to help the farmers to have access to the facility so that they can hire it at an affordable cost during the rainy season to plow their farms. So we identified drivers
So when did you receive these tractors?
They were actually received in my absence by my deputy, but I think it was 2015. Then I was not in the country.
2015.
I was not in the country.
And your office was supposed to have these tractors available to the farmers?
Yeah.
Now
the Department of Agriculture, I think, did the presentation.
I see. Now, I just want to understand. West Coast region is a very large region.
Yes.
In terms of Gambia, one of the largest, partly urbanized as well. What were you supposed to do with 4 tractors? How did you manage 4 tractors?
No, we sent what we agreed upon, because usually when I receive something, I call my chiefs and then the technical assistants. So we agreed at the time that, we distributed it within the region. I think I sent 2 to Fonyi, to take care of their farming activities during the time, and then there were 2 left in the office so that people make their requests. When they come, I assign somebody, my deputy usually. So when they want to use the tractor, they make the request through my deputy, and then the tractor will be sent to their farms.
But you are saying these 4 tractors you left in your office?
Yes, during my handing over, I had to hand it over to my successor.
You handed it over?
Yes, I did, with some money accrued from them.
Well, we would require that you account for the 100,000 from the Kanaji account. The 100,000 has to be accounted for, if you can. You submit it to the commission. And since the tractors were left in the office, we will confirm this as well. Apart from tractors, what other vehicles did you receive? What other vehicles did you receive during the period you were?
My official vehicle.
Only?
Yes.
The Office of the President did not supply you with any other vehicles?
That was not during my time, ma'am.
Just to distribute to any quarters?
No.
As far as you know, how many farm or properties does the ex-president own? Agricultural property whilst you were there?
No, I was never involved to know those.
You were never involved?
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mr. Chairman.
Can I ask a question? Ma'am?
Yes?
Okay, I don't understand when you mentioned that I should account for the 100,000, because we ran at a loss. So I don't understand what we are saying. And can you please clarify?
As an experienced administrator, you know when you receive public funds, you always have to account for them.
Yes.
I expect you know this.
Yes.
And you receive this money from the Central Bank of the Gambia, not from any commercial bank. You must have known that these are public funds.
Yes, I definitely know.
You knew that these were public funds.
Yeah.
So you submit an account. An account does not always have to end in a
But like
credit.
I told you, ma'am,
Yeah.
we were given the money, but asked to pay 500,000 out of the money. So I cannot understand how I can account for the 100,000 when we ran at a loss, during the process.
It's simple. Whenever you receive money, whether you made a loss or you did not make a loss, you should always account for it.
Okay.
We expect that you would know as an administrator that you'll be required to account for government funds. So it's up to you what you put down in your accounts.
Okay.
We will require that you account for them in your best interest.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mrs. Hyder, by an account, we require you to produce something telling us how it was spent,
Okay.
that 100,000. But I have another question. You mentioned Banjul and KMC having meat. Did they have meat or did they have money to buy bulls and sell? What was the arrangement?
I don't think I can vividly remember that. I told Ma'am that we requested to be given the opportunity that they are being given. Because during Ramadan, we have realized that Banjul and KMC always sell, meat to their people at an affordable cost. And it was based on this reason that we also requested to be given at the regional level.
Okay. So how many governors were you?
5.
5 of you.
Yeah, we were each given 600,000.
You got an arrangement
Yeah,
that
so
told
I don't
you.
know whether this other.
Just bear with me. You got an arrangement that told you right from the onset, here's 600,000, give me back 500,000.
Yes.
The 100,000,
Yeah.
I don't want to know how you spent it.
I believe we were told because knowing for the fact that the market price of meat at the time was $150 and they asked us to sell the meat at $60, $75 respectively.
That's your view. You
That-
were given
Yeah.
600,000
Yeah.
and you were asked to return 500,000. The 100,000 you were not supposed to account for
Yes.
based on your understanding.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't it easier for all of you governors to agree that selling meat was not your expertise and you wanted meat to help your people? You didn't want an arrangement that put your integrity into question. When you say, we were told right from the beginning, you can lose 100,000 and not tell us how you spent it. The arrangement clearly did not sit well with all of you. That's why you didn't even spend the rest. You decided to return the 500,000
Yeah.
without even buying the bulls. You had the option to spend it all in bulls.
But we did not.
You didn't, because it didn't sit well with you. From a groupthink point of view, all 5 governors could have given feedback that we prefer bulls to give. Why 5 governors, not one of you said, let's go as a group and say, here's your 600 back. If you want to help my people, give us the bulls. That's easier than saying spend
In fact-
100,000
in fact,
and
at
put
the
your
time-
integrity into
At
question.
the time, that was what we wanted. We wanted the meat instead of having the money. So the money was not given to us the day we requested for it. It was later sent to us. So, but the idea why we requested for it was that we thought we were going to be supplied just like KMC and Banjul. Then probably we would not have experienced what we are now experiencing.
But 5 governors cannot say, we do not want to question the view of a superior officer. Because in governance, feedback is welcome, especially if the option you are given would put your integrity into question.
Yeah, maybe at the time of the process, we did not think over. I personally did not think over that. What was in my mind is the fact that people were going to have access to the meat at an affordable cost. That was what I saw. And I have realized that in Brikama, for instance, my predecessors also were involved in it. So I did not see the dimension that you are now explaining to me, honestly.
Thank you.
You may leave. We shall rise and we'll be back at 11:45.
12.
Anything. Anything. If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for anything. If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for anything. Anything.
Tuki, what? Huh?
Anything.
Drug squad Tijai Tai. Can Wahuzi anything. Ramas boy, you get tight, the boy, I'm on you anything. Anything. Ala yangi chagatu, can wow see anything. Go and the Alice Kerka, can do anything. Anything. Boy yangi mandi, they've sent Papa Pandi. How many ten jangi, Jai Tomak Prandi. Anything. Go to Lotte Yatulo, Laju Lotte Mutulo, Yodi Hamte Hamulo, Jaffi Dip de Hotulo.
You don't stand for anything, so you will fall for anything. If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for anything. Anything. If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for anything. If you don't stand for anything, you will fall for anything. Anything.
Corruption be jana, but I don't see anything. Such a real me jana, but I don't see anything. Anything. Them not know you borrow. Walk on I'm you anything. Fonga liga real me, voila, you want anything. Anything. By fights jacka, can wow see anything. Just now pumps are good, you can wow see anything. Anything. Suka daddy barina, can wow see anything. Suka mommy barina, can wow.
Sila kapada kay Mutela Mori Tsunami Foundation No more. Alright then, replay Tsunami yakije kwa denke Manding it's called a replay Tsunami Foundation Manding Empire we are the boss Tsunami yakije kwa denke Manding it's called a replay Tsunami Foundation Manding Empire we are the boss Naina Nyadi ya tabula yeta DJ bola kamisi ya minkamfa Yati na veleti katara Tsunami Foundation Manding Empire Nkanda kuwel kede mbuka expire Magemu control kanko umpire Nyaku ya kamiye nedo mu vampire Aye, aina Music o murundi na wai Ale, alna Sondo molse wali na wai Nadi yandi komendiata Arielone motabakao Kontano, fonka kaka Dulal be kandi kotaka Tsunami yakije kwa denke Manding it's called a replay Tsunami Foundation Manding Empire we are the boss Tsunami yakije kwa denke Manding it's called a replay Tsunami Foundation Manding Empire we are the boss Manding More Tsunami I am a never play. Alright, hey, this is what they do. Then else I can't be tied, yes, you, me, he, walla who. One else is wagging it with Mark 2. Turn the music, turn it loud. You want to know, I feel good crowd. My music sung by a good crowd. The club, the street, that's no doubt. Not east, west to the south. We rock in every town. Talk positive, while I'm gonna zip some out. Hit song you did, yeah, you can count. Music, balaba, run, you take. Relax, you set, ackle, and you fit. Flow your bar, the Gucci cow beat. Dropping hits in every week. Girl, them number one, say beat pause. Tsunami, yes, I am the boss. When you ginger champagne, you toast. Tsunami, Manding, you learn, you know. Tsunami, yakije, kwa denke. Manding, it's called a replay. Tsunami Foundation, Manding Empire, we are the boss. Akije, kwa denke.
yow bokk yow mënoo gaaw ci ataaya ji yow xanaa xamoon ni ataaya loo gone
sukur rek a des sukur rek
ah waay déedéet waay man alaamu
salaamaaleykum tons
yow góor ñëwati nga sama kër gi de
yàlla naa yaaga di ñëw góor faxas dance competition bi ñëpp yow la ñoo xaar
yow amoo jom
pare nañ
yow damoon nga fi del ci aj ba ca kaw léegi nag waxatuñu dara yaay yoo yaay nee nga da ngay faxas yow ku bon nga ndax yow da nga
Baye Babou
waaw na ngeen def di ngeen ñëw si dance competition bi yéen rek laay xaar góor yow rek laay xaar
dëkk ci lu bon yaroo ci bon màggee ci bon toppal noonu di bon àdduna ngoog yaa ngoog nag doxal nga dem faxasi bu dee faxas rek mooy àdduna dina leer
jërëjëf
waaw yow nag leen bés bu ma la gisee ci faxas bii bi dee dama lay raatale baax na ba yow bokk yow mënoo gaaw ci ataaya ji yow xanaa xamoon ni ataaya loo gone
sukur rek a des sukur rek
ah waay déedéet waay man alaamu
salaamaaleykum tons
yow góor ñëwati nga sama kër gi de
yàlla naa yaaga di ñëw góor faxas dance competition bi ñëpp yow la ñoo xaar
yow amoo jom
pare nañ
yow damoon nga fi del ci aj ba ca kaw léegi nag baxatuñu dara yaay yoo yaay nee nga da ngay faxas yow ku bon nga ndax yow da nga
Baye Babou
waaw na ngeen def di ngeen ñëw si dance competition bi yéen rek laay xaar góor yow rek laay xaar
dëkk ci lu bon yaroo ci bon màggee ci bon toppal noonu di bon àdduna ngoog yaa ngoog nag doxal nga dem faxasi bu dee faxas rek mooy àdduna dina leer
jërëjëf
waaw yow nag leen bés bu ma la gisee ci faxas bii bi dee dama lay raatale baax na
Molu jawaro na tele de badi bunka nata ko nga fale ko na tele jawaro na ki ba ma nata
Shy Boy Money Shy Boy Production
Fauru Asulu aiwali Belorin sama singola fa bambanta 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 Makam anata Kiba manata anata Karelo dumo nyakili wanyama Karelo dumo nyakili wanyama Kiba manata anata Makam anata Karelo dumo nyakili wanyama Karelo dumo nyakili wanyama Sanyi jama ngamin kuma muma keta muruntana kama nimmin ko bo mala titalon dijila ni su ko doke ba ne ma jamo tinyam kanun tewal baluma dalu saranula la vitanya minna me barala ni walla man nasilo bulla ne na chosano jamfala kolo lengon ko funyoma wala garandi jinna makamanata anata kiba manata anata karelo dubo nyakili wanyama karelo dubo nyakili wanyama kiba manata anata makamanata anata karelo dubo nyakili wanyama karelo dubo nyakili wanyama Ying afro manding ngawole long hakilo kang ying afro manding ngawole long sondo mo kang ato sano ngawole long wala ting bala kang mu mama la keta fe ngawole sulotum birin jana fa manding na gambia jang ngatale ngajanjang kwe mo benita kwe mo benita makamanata anata kiba manata anata karelo dubo nyakili wanyama karelo dubo nyakili wanyama kiba manata anata makamanata anata karelo dubo nyakili wanyama karelo dubo nyakili wanyama sanyi jama ngamin kuma muma keta muruntana kama nimmin ko bo mala titalon dijila ni su ko doke ba ne ma jamo tinyam kanun tewal baluma dalu saranula la vitanya minna me barala ni